we define family changes. Relationships change. So our expectations of family should change too. We get triggered, we get hurt, especially at this time of year. Beloved, you deserve to find your people. You deserve to love and be loved as you are for who you are. Richard Bach said, "The bond that links your true family is not one of blood, but of respect and joy in each other's lives." Let's talk about family, chosen family, and realistic family expectations.
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday? So I call you up and you call me down. Would it be okay?
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, there are lots of candy canes. My family's quite insane. Blah, 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 blah. Welcome to the FreedHearts podcast. My name is Robert Cottrell, and I'm here as always with
Susan Cottrell.
Oh, I couldn't resist.
That's wonderful. I love it.
Connect with us at freedhearts.org. Everything you need to know about us and what we have to offer is right there.
Awesome.
So, holidays are coming. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Family. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, you know, there are actually, we have a lot of great episodes and YouTube videos and blog posts and articles that we're going to share over the holidays here that will, I think, help you know that, or help you respond to family situations, help you deal with those, and help you just know that you are a gift, you are loved, and we are so grateful for you. And the key to here, and what we want to talk about today is about finding your people. You know, so we encourage you to maybe, especially if you've lost your people or they
turn out not to be your people.
Yes, it's like I've heard it said that you didn't leave the church left you. You didn't, and some of you left your people, rightfully so. But in many cases, your people left you. Or who you thought were your people. Mm-hmm. So, but your people are out there, and I know that you probably have found some of them. Find your people.
Yep.
And one good thing you can focus on for the holidays is to invite your people, connect with them, be it a dinner with an intimate friend or a gathering, or find your people, invite your people. And so we want to chat just a little bit about family. About triggers, because I know just the word alone
is triggering.
is triggering. We have, I'm almost certain that every single person listening to this has some sort of crappy ass family relationship out there. We do.
Yeah.
And it can hurt. Yeah. It can really hurt, and we can get triggered with things we thought, we've dealt with that. Well, something will come up and boom, we're triggered right away. It's as you said in a little intro about the true bond of family. My generation was like, family's everything, and it's blood. But should our expectations in the midst of all this, of being rejected by those who were supposed to love us unconditionally and all these things, should our expectations about family change? Yeah.
Can I interject something here?
Sure, please.
It makes sense that family is everything when you're an infant. I just went to see our third grandbaby.
Number 3.
Was 2 days old, 1 day old when I saw them, the 2 days. And if her mother and father walked away for 24 hours, the child would be dead. I mean, they're
totally dependent on family.
They're totally dependent on family, whoever that is, your caretakers. But, and it, of course, goes in so many ways. Approval and all that is part of it. But you're no longer a dependent infant.
Yeah.
And so that's where we rethink it from. So I don't want anybody to blame themselves for family mattering, because we're just, it had to. Yeah. But this is the shift.
Yeah. And we have some great family relationships.
We have great family relationships. We wouldn't be the same without them.
That's right. So
that's a how we're designed to be.
Right. And we have some not so great family relationships.
Right.
So, so we are
Yeah.
designed to be in community, in family,
Yeah.
in quotes there.
Yeah.
But what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know, how does that change? Who is our family?
Yes.
What does, quote, family mean?
Yeah.
And what are we hoping for from those that we designate as or have as our family,
Yeah.
both blood and chosen?
Yeah.
So again, first definition of family changes. The definition does, and we've used this phrase, I'm sure you've heard it, chosen family. And I think it's a beautiful term. What an honor to be chosen as a family member or chosen to be family. And our kids have that in their own life with their own circle of friends that they consider family members. We have that. And you do have that ability, and you do have that right to care
Yes.
for yourself.
Yes.
You deserve, hear me now, beloved, you deserve, it serves you well, you deserve to be with people who accept you and affirm you as you are for who you are.
Yes.
Don't settle for less than that. So that's our first, so I'm sorry, you have something?
No.
Yeah. So our first that's the first expectation that might change, is who actually is our family. And there's some great quotes on this
Yeah.
that I think you have, yeah?
Yeah. You gave me these 4 quotes, but I only see one attribution. The first one. I don't know if.
I'm not sure who
Okay.
they are.
Okay. They're like memes or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So Richard Bach said, "The bond that links your true family is not one of blood, but of respect and joy in each other's life."
Yeah, I mean, that...
Doesn't that sound reasonable?
Well, it sounds so reasonable and simple. And part of the division and the world of social media and the algorithms is we are pushed into our extremes.
right.
And
for
but that,
financial gain.
but that's simple. Yes, not ours, but whoever's running the system's
Right.
financial gain.
Right.
Always, isn't it? You know?
Right.
But that simple thing to have respect for a family member and to find joy in each other's lives.
Yes.
I will say that with our family situations, some of them that are not ideal, I guess, or some of them we have kind of a place where we do find the joy that we can with each other.
Right.
We don't talk about deep things, which is tough and at times because this is our life's work, and so we don't talk about those kind of things.
About anything in our life, really.
Other family members that are not really family anymore, we don't talk about anything. We can't ever talk about anything.
We don't talk.
Yeah, we don't communicate at all. So it does vary. Yeah.
Okay, here's another quote, meme quote. "Blood may be thicker than water, but love is thicker than blood. Cherish the bonds you create and the families you choose, for they hold the power to heal your hearts."
And to heal your hearts from what? From judgment and rejection and all the wounds that many of us, the wounds that were created by family, by blood family, that rejected and that condemned and that and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that are brainwashed by religious teaching and we're just kind of repeating what they're taught and what they're told. And,
Yes.
And but that's the family that you create. That's what you deserve, beloved, is to have people around you who accept you and to help you, and they hold the power to help you heal
Yes.
your hearts from these family faith-based wounds out there,
Yes. And you mentioned the judgment, and I just was listening to something where she was saying judgment is like a boomerang that comes back at you. And what you judge someone else for soon, either in this lifetime or maybe it was from a previous lifetime that will come back in this lifetime or something, you will be in that same position as the one you judged.
Like karma.
So it's karma. And so you experience it from the other angle. And so that's why Jesus said, the way you judge is the way you're going to be judged. That's why it's your self-judgment. You'll experience that. So I'm seeing judgment in a much deeper, more profoundly negative way even than I did after we left the church when I was undone by it.
Yeah. And it starts with how we judge ourselves, to be honest with you.
And she said it includes you.
Yeah.
Judging you, that will bite you.
Yeah. And it's easy. I mean, but if we
You
judge
deserve your own non-judgment.
if we judge ourselves as being unworthy or broken or just a piece of crap, or whatever it is out there that we've been led to believe we are, it's not a far jump to look at someone else and go, well, I feel better by saying that to somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Throughout history, we've done that. Yes, that's right.
And so the root of that, a lot of it is one, our false beliefs in this system that tells us that the system that's built on exclusion.
Yeah.
So that system itself, just you got to maintain the system. You almost have to judge. Mm-hmm. You have to exclude, or the system falls. Wouldn't that be a damn shame?
No.
Yep. Sarcastic, right? And I think our willingness to do that, honestly, because we feel that we're that way, and so it does start with us, with our stuff. Yeah. And so you have another quote?
Yep. Family is not just a bloodline, but a love line that weaves a beautiful tapestry of love and belonging.
No,
yes.
I think
So
that's actually
beautiful.
our quote. I'm not sure about that.
Oh,
I'm not
maybe.
sure. It was in
one of our
my,
memes.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, a love line. That's beautiful, isn't it? And we are. I mean, are we supposed to be the same? What is it, Stepford Wives? I
Right.
mean, are we
Stepford
supposed to
Church.
be, or Westworld? Is it supposed to be? Cookie cutter? No. This tapestry is beautiful, and how we've limited it by this binary thinking,
Right.
in so many ways that we've just limited. It's beautiful. It's diverse. It's a rainbow, and it's beautiful.
So God created, the universe created countless varieties of trees, countless varieties of flowers, of bugs, of anything you could think of. But people have to fit this one little box. It's like so diminishing
Yeah. Well, again,
of God and of us, obviously.
what does it make that easy to do?
Yeah, judge others.
You're either you fit the box or you don't.
Right.
Again, the system built on exclusion.
You're in our country club or you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, then
One more quote.
one more. Sometimes the support we need comes from the ones we choose to call family. When we face rejection and condemnation, chosen family often steps in to help us stitch the pieces back together that blood family ripped apart.
And we've heard just horror stories of many of you.
Yeah.
And we know you've experienced them or you've heard them of the things that that parents have done to children who have come out. And it's just, and home family is supposed to be the safe place. It can be, but it will be the family that you choose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be your blood family. It can be the family that you choose. Let's just talk about our immediate family.
Okay.
7 of us. Right. We raised 5 kids.
More now because of
Yeah, well, we have in-laws
and
we have
grandchildren.
Yeah,
right.
grandkids. But we raised 5 kids, and they were all they were always close. They were like buddies all the time, and then not.
Yeah,
And then they weren't.
grew into their own people, and that doesn't really jive. Everybody doesn't jive with everybody.
Yeah, it's like, brothers are close and then they're not. And sisters are close and then they're not. And I'll have to admit that my first reaction was, no. I just like, oh my gosh, no. What, fix that, heal that. Everybody stay close because we're family.
And some of them are very close.
Oh, so again, some of them are very, very close.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general sense, my reaction to that was hold it together. But it wasn't what was healthy for everybody.
Right.
And, and I kind of, again, I know that family is not always by blood. It's often who you choose, but I still reacted. I still have some of those things come up in me that So, yeah.
And I thought, wow, so social media, which didn't exist when they were children, and algorithms and all of that, and polarization now has made it so that they can't really enjoy each other anymore. What the hell? That's so tragic to me.
I mean, growing up, it was always like, well, you don't talk about religion and politics.
Right. And there was reason for that.
And there's good reason for that. And you know, and yeah, there were people who disagreed. Now, it's a little bit different because I just think growing up, I didn't have anybody in my family who was being actively hurt
right.
by the
hate speech,
the actions that someone else supports.
Right.
So it has changed a little bit when it hits home like that. But like we said, the algorithms, social media drives us away, and now we can't talk to some people without getting into an argument.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's family. So you've got a story that I want you to share.
Yeah.
It's about Thanksgiving. Would you share that one?
Yeah. Well, my sister and I were very close. She basically protected us from our dad and got us through terrible trauma in our family. Okay. She was always the delight of my heart. But this issue has divided us. So then Ash came out, and suddenly we were divided now. And I was trying to help my sister understand that you don't just tell someone that's not okay and then they say, oh, okay, I'm not gay anymore or queer anymore. Yeah. But it just fractured. And
we shared a long time ago that when the fracture first happened, we discovered how deep it was by seeing, I think it was either family reunion or holiday gathering, all the pictures posted on Facebook, and we weren't invited.
We found out about a family reunion on Facebook.
We didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
it hurt.
That was a watershed moment for me.
Yeah.
Also, my aunt died, not my beloved aunt I talk about, but my other aunt died, and they didn't tell me.
Yeah.
I found out accidentally. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, but we stopped being invited to family events and by this sister. And I'm not here to throw her under the bus. I love her, and I know she's reacting to what she's been taught, not responding, but reacting really. But we were excluded from everything. And then about 3 years in, I got a text saying, Thanksgiving is at our house this year on so-and-so date. And I was like, oh, you must have forgotten I wasn't part of the last three. And it just now occurs to me, she didn't text me by accident, did she?
Maybe.
That is entirely possible.
Maybe.
Anyway, and I went, and you had zero interest.
Yeah.
But I went, and I was really excited to see everybody, my cousin, my niece, who's very funny and all that stuff. And I went and enjoyed it, sort of. We didn't go near any of these subjects, so that was good. But as I sat there, I felt like I didn't belong in this place anymore.
Yeah.
This place that had been such a joy to me. There's an old play, Our Town, where the girl goes back to her life on her birthday from the dead after she died, and she realized how much she doesn't fit.
Yeah, that's a hard truth.
It's a hard truth.
It is a truth that sets you free in many ways. Yeah.
It does.
And that's what I want to encourage you, beloved. Some of this stuff that we know you're going through this time of year is hard.
Yeah.
But I promise you that it sets you free. It's part of freeing your heart to love and be loved. It really is.
And actually, and things are subject to revision sometimes, or based on what you want to do. So the year I went, Hannah, who was, 16 or so, she wanted zero part of going. I understood that. But last year, the nephew invited her, just randomly invited her, and she went, and she enjoyed it. She said it was fun, and everybody laughed and everything. So maybe more time had passed, and she was not the one who was so hurt by things that happened. But, so I say that to offer a perspective of holding it loosely in your hand. Don't go back expecting them to be what they used to be, because they won't be, and neither are you.
Right. And would you want that? Right. That's right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, knowing what you know now.
Right. Right.
You know, I mean, knowing what we know now, believing what we believe now, I would not want everything to just be okay.
Right.
With the way that they believe.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Yeah.
And the key, I think, is if you can focus on just being human beings and the love between you, even just the joy of people as human beings, that's a healthy dynamic in a relationship. You can enjoy that. But when someone is insisting on the discord between you, then you won't enjoy being together.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and it's hard. It's hard for everybody in this. It's hard for them too. I will say it's hard for them too.
Yeah.
You know, they're splits with us, with each other. It's difficult. It is difficult. I don't want to downplay that.
Right.
But
and the non-affirming church rhetoric has made it difficult unnecessarily.
And so I think that the key there is to not expect, as you just said, don't expect it to be what it once was.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it was often peaceful because we believed some of the false teaching, or peaceful because you were still in the closet or whatever. You don't want that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want that. So, you know, and I will say that in one of our family situations, we had a discussion about this kind of family and closeness and stuff. And it was acknowledged by people on both sides of this that we're actually committed to bringing down, to destroying much of what the other person believes in.
Yeah. They were saying they wanted to destroy everything we stand for.
You know, and honestly, there's a lot of what they stand for, believe in, that we are committed to tearing down, to you know, having change, dismantling. So, and that's a harsh reality.
Right.
You know, it's like, wow, oh, yep, that's actually true.
Well, I often think of the Civil War and how I read about brothers being on different sides of the Civil War. Can you imagine the mother in that situation? Like, holy smokes, your brothers are out to kill each other, literally. It's just, yeah. Now, were our expectations realistic in moving forward? Maybe not. You know, maybe. Yeah. You know, maybe not. And again, I'm not sure what your expectations are, but. Yeah. You know, but I think it's about redefining expectations, like we said, not being less honoring. Like, you don't want to change your expectations and feel, well, I'm going to just have my expectations be, keep the peace. I'm going to settle for less. You don't deserve that. You don't have to do that just to keep the peace, because it won't work. That's into the labyrinth there. You know, that's going in and expecting them not to say little things or little comments or digs just to get you or just to make their point. And then it's all uncomfortable and you just have to sit there, or you have to respond. So it's not less honoring. It's not less affirming, but it may be something very different. It's likely something very different. And I will say that we often get stuck in grief and missing family members that are now toxic when what we're really missing is the potential that we see in the relationship, or even what it used to be, but that was based on limited knowledge of where they were or where we were at the time. So what we're missing is an idea. You hear this all the time about straight girls who always fall for the bad guy, you know, and that they fall in love with his potential. A young friend just said that to me. I fall in love with his potential, and that is not helpful. Instead, what's really there, and we hold on to the potential of what it could be if we could just be reasonable together. But that's not reality. We can't be reasonable together because of all the division. So and I think it's also it's missing the idea that somebody knows you, everything about you, and fully accepts you, which is kind of like family. You know what I mean? That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah. You know, and I think we miss that. Yes. And are mourning for that. And mourning the loss of that. It is available out there. It might just be, again, not who you thought it would be from. Yeah. You know, because I mean, has all the situation been aggravated by outside sources? Well, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I hate that.
Yeah.
But, but the honest assessment is that's actually true for all of us. Are these huge, core, passionate issues? Yes, they are. They're passionate for us. They're passionate, honestly, they're passionate for them too.
Right.
Have our fires been stoked on both sides to get clicks and to make money for social media groups and by big business? Yes, they have.
Yeah.
They pushed us away now.
In the business of church.
Yeah, and know that we believe that you either stand with the oppressor or the oppressed. There's no middle ground.
Yeah.
So that's
Elie Wiesel said.
Yeah. So that's where we are. So
Yeah.
in all this change on who is family, on family expectations, let's kind of wrap this up here. And I mean, how do you find happiness and joy in this? How do you find happiness in this? And I think, you can look back on fond memories. That's okay. You can find joy in that. You can see the good in people's character. One of our family members that we're estranged from, I admire and respect their passion for what they believe.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And when we have time with someone like that, it can be intentional time and limited. So you can have maybe some intentional time with some parameters and things like that. But I want us to be happy. I want you to be happy. I want our kids to be happy. Each of them. I do want,
Yes.
I want them to be happy.
Yes.
And the role and specifics for them and for us and for you on what family looks like, who family is, and what we expect from that. And all of those scenarios will be different, as they should be.
Yeah. And I have two points to
Sure.
make about this I think are helpful. One is that if you have any spiritual connection or any thought of God or whatever, that it is so helpful when you can find your peace, find your way to peace, that God adores you as you are without condition. When you know that, like I could do anything, like my tiny grandbaby can do anything, and I only adore them.
Yeah.
Both of us could say that. And that's the same with God. I mean it. And when we know that in our gut, it makes the other losses less profound. It does. Because
Less impactful, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I've got God.
That's excellent.
I'm wrapped up in God.
And over the past, it's now no surprise to me why these episodes, these ideas for these came in the order they did, because we talked about there's nothing wrong with you. Then we talked about you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to defend your beliefs. You don't need others' approval, what it means to be in the labyrinth. And now this, and that's, and you're right. If you can find that exhale, absolute fulfilling peace.
Yeah.
That you are enough, that you are all good in the eyes of the universe, spirit,
Right.
God, however you define that.
Great Spirit. Yeah.
You don't need a lot of that from other people,
Yeah.
if at all.
It's kind of like a bonus, which is great and so beautiful. I would be nowhere without people who love me, but it's foundational.
And that greatly reduces and sometimes removes the impact that other people can have with their statements and their actions and their swords, like you said, the sword they poke you with.
Yes, yes.
And
then the other thing I want to say is and this is a tough word because it's been used against us to excuse bad behavior from power structures above us and power people. But the word is to forgive. And the idea is to let them go, like to unchain them from me and chain them to God, so to speak, chain them to their karma. Then it frees me, because unforgiveness hurts me, not the person I'm not forgiving.
yeah.
We all know that, been told that. But the Course in Miracles talks about forgiveness is the key to all of this, to forgive, and that's ourselves too, but they say forgive everyone for everything. Forgive the universe for being so, having so many harsh pockets of hate and rejection and violence. Forgive your family for being harmful in the ways they were. Forgive the church for being consumed with what the religious leaders were like in Jesus' day.
Yeah.
Forgive yourself for anything that you hold yourself in contempt for or that you feel bad about.
And it's not for them.
Yeah, it's
not
for you.
them. It doesn't like release. And I love what you said about you unchain them from you.
Yeah.
And kind of move those chains or transfer that responsibility, so to speak.
Yeah.
Those chains over to the universe, karma, whatever that is. But it frees, it's simply and powerfully to free you.
Yeah. Because
And to stop them having an impact on
right.
you.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
For them gutting you.
Yeah, something that happened 20 years ago, they still like impacts you as if it happened this morning.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not to diminish that. We're not diminishing that in any way.
Yeah.
But you deserve to be free.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think forgiveness is the key to that.
Yeah. And and when you recognize that you're on your own path journey, whatever that is, and we don't even know our own path till it unfolds in front of us, many of the parts of it. They're also on their own path.
Yeah.
And who are we to say this is not right on their path? This is going through their judgment and facing whatever they're facing that they don't tell you about.
Right.
So, they need not to be God to you, and you need not to be God to them.
Yeah.
But be in your own lane.
Yeah, because you deserve that. Your heart deserves to be free.
Yeah.
So
It's so jump on into freedom feels great.
Well, next week we're going to be off of a new podcast episode because it's a holiday week. And then we're going to do something fun for the first 3 weeks of December before the holidays again, is we are going to share our 3 all-time favorite holiday episodes.
Yeah.
So these are just for you. I love them. I think they're amazing. And just as kind of a special gift out there, we're going to reshare our 3 all-time favorite holiday episodes just for you. So we love you. Have a beautiful holiday season.
Yes. Absolutely.
Just inhale the approval that you have from the only 2 sources that matters, and that's you and the universe, however you define that. You're all good.
Yeah.
You're all good. We are so thankful and grateful for you and for this time together. We really are. We love you
so much.
Bye.
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday, so I call you up and you call me down? Would it be okay?
You've been listening to the FreedHearts podcast. We have extensive resources and vibrant, inclusive community for you at freedhearts.org. Please just come say hello. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions for the podcast, just email us at podcast@freedhearts.org. Audio engineering is provided by Luke Johnson. The music is provided by Hannah Cottrell, our daughter, the Grammy-nominated Saint Sinner. You can find out more about her and her music at heysaintsinner.com. Please share, subscribe and follow on your favorite platform, and support us if you can. Thanks for listening.